I was modeling at the time. I don't think I was doing it with the right heart at the time. So because of that, my discernment was very much off. I ended up meeting with a designer, and I knew from the beginning something was off when he says, I don't eat. I spend the whole day with this guy, me and two other guys. And at the end, he goes like, you guys want to go by my showroom? I want to show you what kind of things I've designed. But as soon as I walked in, I see a Bible, I see a cross, things that make me think, oh, it can't be that bad. Right? At some point, the other two people are gone. And he says, what's your name again? Can you write it down? And I start to write my name down. And he takes the paper back from me and he starts to write, just write. It looks like a contract almost. He says, what are you looking for? I can make everything happen for you. I want to talk to you about your soul. And in that moment, I remember getting up and I looked up behind him and there were snakes behind him spiritually, I could see. And so I moved out of there. She actually called me right after I walked out of there.
The Lord had woken me up out of my sleep as this was happening. I didn't know that this was happening. And I just had this alarm in my spirit. And again, we're still broken up at this time.
Yeah.
And I begin to pray, like warfare type of praying, because I'm like, something is wrong. Then I even start calling his phone and it's going straight to voicemail. He's not answering. He's not responding to text messages.
Yeah.
And that is not like him. And then when he came out of there, he calls me and he's like, I think I just sat down with the devil.
That wasn't happening to me until I met Jen. Once I met her, things just started to ramp up, one thing after the other. And just that interaction that I had with that man, the effect that it had on me, I got to a point where I was suicidal. And I would hear this man in my head. Everything I say, I feel like this man can hear me. I was like, you know what? At least my car is fine with everything I'm going through. And in that very moment, my car stopped in the middle of an intersection, almost got T-boned. And I got home and I just could not take it anymore. And the Lord said, go to the closet. So I walked into my closet and I spent 3 days in my closet with me, worship music, and the Bible. And in that moment, I believe there was a level of deliverance that happened there. Because once I walked out, that's when me and Jen started to really communicate again. That's what I was going through in that season. And it ramped up mainly because the enemy was trying to stop us from coming together.
So you had that sit down with that guy sometime in January of 2016.
Yeah.
In March is when we officially got back together. So it was those 3 months before we were coming back together that all this spiritual stuff started to really ramp up.
Yeah. So when we talk about unlocking the promise, so what did I have to do to overcome that? During that time is when I developed the habit of fasting 3 days a week. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was fasting. And that broke a lot. Also, I was journaling a lot. Because I was journaling in that season, a lot of things that that man had even said to me when I had that encounter with him that I was able to bring to the Lord and be able to pray about. But sometimes because we don't write things down, when we forget things, we no longer know what to go after, right? And we've been bound by certain things that we can't remember.